electricity.
Come up. So fast the leaves grow and start. Oh, so fast they were bad.